Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Give us just a moment here to go live on all the different platforms. Going to be going over the live rates here today for this morning, and then we are going to be talking about CDFI no income verification loans, which are very unique and definitely something a lot of people are not familiar with. So, very great topic here for today. I see some comments coming in there. Definitely appreciate it. Looks like we're live on all the different platforms. We'll go ahead and get started, but go ahead and keep dropping your comments there in the chat. You can also drop any questions you have in the chat, and we can answer them after the presentation. We would be more than happy to, but we can go ahead and get it started now. All right, so welcome everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our CSO, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender that specializes in non-QM loans, and what we do every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern on the show is go through our actual live mortgage rates. Then we do a deep dive into a different loan topic, and today's topic is going to be CDFI no income verification loans. So Jose will take us through that here shortly, but first we'll go ahead and pull up the rates. So Nick, if you're ready, let's see what today's rates are looking like.
All right. So we will check out today's rates. It is October 15th, just after 11 a.m. Eastern. So all our standard programs have their initial rates for today. And we'll set up a basic scenario to compare the APR. If you'd like a full breakdown and itemized loan estimate that itemizes all the fees that go into the APR, please get with our team members. They would be happy to send that over. For our demo, we set up a basic scenario, a single family home, 500,000 purchase price, 400,000 loan amount. That corresponds to 80% loan to value, 20% down payment. And we use an estimated 760 FICO credit score and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio. So with those settings, let's go ahead and check out the rates for today. So first up is our 30-year fixed conventional option for a primary home. This is the most common option people think of when they think of a mortgage. Rates today coming in at 6.124, final APR 6.427. And if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for a conventional option, typically want to compare an FHA option. FHA allows more leniency on credit issues and a higher overall debt to income ratio. It does require upfront and yearly mortgage insurance. FHA comes in at 5.25 rate. Final cost of the APR with all the mortgage insurance and costs included, 6.217. So when we compare the APR, conventional could be a touch more expensive. So our customer that qualifies for both could consider FHA if they're willing to do the mortgage insurance. And our customers that need to use FHA, definitely a great option. And our VA programs, only for our eligible vets and active service members. If you are eligible, these are great to consider. Rates as low as 5.624, final APR 5.914 with a standard funding fee. And notice the VA option is always going to be cheaper than FHA or conventional for our eligible VA borrowers. And our final standard option that every banker lender has access to here, USDA programs, only for properties in USDA eligible areas. So if the property is eligible and our borrower is eligible, these are great options to compare. USDA comes in at 5.5 rate. Final APR 6.218. So just like on Friday, usually USDA is a touch cheaper, but it's almost identical to FHA at the moment. But usually you want to consider USDA as a touch cheaper, and it is a touch cheaper than conventional. So definitely consider those for those shopping in those areas. And that rounds out the standard options that every banker lender has. But if our customer doesn't qualify, many banks or lenders have to deny that customer. We love to approve our customers with programs such as our non-QM alternative docs. So the customer doesn't qualify for conventional or FHA using tax returns, etc., standard documentation. We can switch to using alternative docs like bank statements, 1099s, P&L programs, asset-related programs, all kinds of different options. And the bank statement option here is coming in today, 6.25 rate. Final APR with all the fees here, 6.578. So that's pretty amazing. Almost identical to conventional today to use a non-QM program, which is amazing. And now we'll check out our investment options. So first up here, our non-QM alt doc options. So bank statement are similar for an investment property. Rates come in today, 6.99. Final APR here, 7.327. And we'll compare that to all our other investment property options. Tons of options here for investments. First up are conventional. Remember, there are no government options, so no FHA, VA, or USDA, but we do have conventional for investment properties coming in today, 6.875 rate, final APR 7.211. So it's cheaper than our alt doc by a touch, which is typical, but not cheaper than our favorite option, our DSCR option. Stands for debt service coverage ratio. We don't need any income or employment information from our borrower. We simply use the estimated rents to determine a DSCR value. The estimated rents can cover the estimated expenses, aka the property will cash flow monthly. That's a DSCR ratio of 1 or higher, which is preferred. And this option here is with a 3-year prepayment penalty coming in today at 6.375 rate. Final APR 6.707, much better than conventional, which is amazing. And we can add a 5-year prepayment penalty to some of our programs. Today, it's actually about the same rate here, 6.375 rate, but notice the APR is a touch cheaper, 6.682. And hopefully once the rates all update for today, we'll have some other options, as the 5-year should be a touch lower. And the final DSCR option we always present is our no prepayment penalty option, as some states don't allow it, and some of our customers don't want one. Rates for no prepayment penalty come in at 7%, final APR 7.298. So that's higher than conventional, which is typical, but most investors still prefer a DSCR option. And our final two options here are non-QM second mortgage options for our fixed rate second mortgages. We did an episode on this last week. Very cool options for our customers that may have a first mortgage that is lower than what we're looking at here for all the other options, but still want to access their equity, their cash out, can get cash out of their primary home, rates as low as 8%, as opposed to a HELOC, that's a much lower rate, and obviously fixed instead of variable. Final APR is 8.370. So great option to get cash out of that primary home without going into a HELOC program. And same thing for our investors. We can use our fixed rate second mortgage to get cash out of an investment property, as HELOCs are very rare for investments anyway, and still keep that first mortgage. Rates as low as 9.375 for the second mortgage. Final APR 9.731 to get cash out of that investment property. So those are all of our standard options. But today we're going to have Jose present one that we definitely can't pull up on our live pricer demo. This is a very unique program. It's actually technically illegal, right? So this is a program that would otherwise be illegal for any mortgage company to do, but there is a specific designation that allows us to assist borrowers that are in specific needs for this type of program. So Jose, let's talk about first why we can break the law here and the specific borrowers that we're intending to help for this program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. The CDFI program is actually a designation granted by the Department of Treasury to financial institutions to assist underserved communities and underserved borrowers. Furthermore, if the borrower is African American or Hispanic, they are considered what's called CDFI eligible and get an additional discount off of the rate. However, the CDFI program is open to all borrowers, not just CDFI eligible borrowers. It is maximum 80% loan to value, no income verification, no job verification. So they've really reduced the guidelines on that respect, but again, 20% down, considerable amount of reserves. In some cases, as much as 12 months of reserves are required. This is also for primary and second homes. And please note that the second home option does not have a loan level price adjustment, same rate and LTV as the first, which is awesome because this is a great program for borrowers, for example, looking to relocate from one part of the country to the other. They haven't yet accepted that job. They want to have the place where they're going to live first. Then they can calmly accept the job that they want. Or, for example, they have to sell their existing home, but they want to close on the new home first and sell the existing home calmly and not rushed and maybe lose money. So those are two very good examples where we can use this product. So let me go ahead and share my options with you today. First example here at the maximum 80% LTV, 20% down is the minimum down payment. 720 plus credit score is required for the 20% down option. And you're looking at 8.875 at a cost of 1.75 points. There are lower buy down amounts than 1.75 points, but they will result in a higher rate. Our next option here is for the credit tier 680 to 719. And this credit tier, it is 25% down minimum. You're looking at 8.5% rate at the same cost of 1.75. I kept 1.75 as the cost across the board so we could compare the rate. And now at our lowest credit tier, which is 660 to 679, 35% down is the minimum down payment. 9.125 is the rate at the cost of 1.75 points. And now some cash out refis. This program does allow cash out refis, but as you can see, they do restrict it a little bit more because they're really more about home ownership in the purchase side. But here, with a 740 plus credit score, 740 is the minimum credit score to be able to attain 70% LTV on the cash out. 8.875 is the rate at a cost of 1.75 points. And our next cash out option is at the next credit tier, in this case 700 to 739, will get you 65% LTV on this cash out refi for your primary and second home. 8.25 is the rate at 1.75 points. And our last example here is our cash out refi at the 660 to 699 credit tier. That is the lowest credit tier for this product for the cash out refi. 60% LTV is the maximum LTV available at that credit tier. 8.875 is the rate at a cost of 1.75 points. So some amazing examples here for this no income verification loan for primary and second homes, as high as 80% LTV.
All right, very interesting and amazing program there. I don't see any questions coming in, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Jose, do you have any more examples of situations this might be good to use in?
Yeah, I mean, we had an executive that was being paid with stock options that were going to mature in the not too far off future, but they really wanted to buy this really nice house, about $1.4 million, and they didn't want to sell their current house. In this case, his credit was a little challenged, but the wife had a 760 credit. So we basically structured the transaction of the new home under the wife, closed on it, and then after they closed on the new $1.4 million home, then they put the other home for sale. And this was all due to the fact that he was getting paid in stock options that he were going to mature. He didn't have any kind of income at all. And in his case, he also had low credit. So we used the wife that didn't even have a job, but had amazing credit.
I know also in terms of like crypto type people, right?
Yeah, Nick has financed a few of those crypto type borrowers where they have plenty of crypto assets, just no income that they're declaring. So as long as you have for the 20% down and the anywhere from 9 to 12 months reserves that's required depending on your credit score, you're good to go. Obviously, you need the credit score as well, but most of the crypto borrowers had no issue with the credit. The only issue they had was they were not reporting any income on the 1040.
All right, great. All right, I still don't see any questions, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember that we do this at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday where we go through the live rates and then a different loan topic. So we'll be back tomorrow with a new topic.